Hey Aquarius, and welcome to your April 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky, and I'm here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. Overall, I'm seeing some good things coming forward for you guys. You still have some obstacles that are rearing their heads from last year, I feel like, and you're still having to change your perspective on a lot of things that have happened to you. You have a decent amount of major arcana. You've got the Hanged Man, the World, and the Tower, so it's 3 or more, which I always say means that it will be a month that you remember. It'll be really big for you. It seems like there's still a lot of stuff to conclude for you, though. So we've come from the equinox, which happened on March 20th, or March 21st, depending on your time zone. And that's always a big time of ending. It's always a big time of conclusion, a big time of culmination. And it's really important that we have the ability to do that and the ability to revitalize where our energy is going moving forward into April and May. Because now going into April, we finally have more ability to reach out and more ability to materialize what we want. And we don't have to be so passive or so introverted to create what we need in our life. But it seems like you're still having a pull to be that way, Aquarius. You're still tempted to do a bit of shadow work. You're still needing to go within. Perhaps some of you experienced a breakup. And if not, for the Aquarius who are in relationships right now, there may be some codependent aspects of your relationship that need to be looked at. And it seems that you're really going within to try to find out like what your contribution is in that. And I see that you're also having a lot of temptation to just be detached from the situation, which may be better, but again, we'll look more specifically at that momentarily. But there are archetypes of codependency coming forward for you guys. Also just destabilization, but definitely the ability to make that better and the ability to get out of your head a little bit if you so choose to do that. And just like Pisces, you do have the World and the Tower and the King of Cups. So for you Aquarius out there who have Pisces in your chart, I feel that it will be good to watch that reading for you guys as well. Or if you're working with Pisces right now, you'll probably have a lot of good harmony and a lot of easiness. It's a time that you can relate better with Pisces. So that's just a random message coming forward for you guys. You also have a lot more creative energy moving into April, which is great. It's better to be creating than being introverted. It's better to be working on something new, on some kind of new exciting project, especially having the King of Wands as your center theme energy. So anyway, I want to look at this reading for you guys from week to week, and we'll see what is coming forward. So in the first week, Aquarius, you guys have the Six of Pentacles rooted down by the Four of Pentacles. Definitely a money week for you. Definitely a week where you can redo your finances, where you can see what you're saving, where you can see more clearly where your money is going. But I feel more than financial, this is actually playing up in your relationships. So Six of Pentacles oftentimes does point to a codependent relationship or a relationship where there is not an equal amount of power or equal exchange. So like, which person do you feel like you are in your relationship, Aquarius? Do you feel like the person who's wearing the red, who's sort of giving out handouts? Or do you feel like the two people who are begging to receive something? Oftentimes when this card pops up, you're kind of flowing between each role. Like maybe one day you feel like you're on one side of it, the next you feel you're on the other side of it. And it's a great time to find a more stable role for yourself. Perhaps the longevity of this relationship needs to be rethought. Maybe you can do something to make it more equal, but there comes a point in time where it may have to end if you can't. And I know that all of my Aquarius aren't in a relationship, but specifically for the ones who are, you really need to take some time to look at the structure of power in your relationship and if that's something that's healthy, if that's something that resonates with you authentically. Because you are being pulled down by the Four of Pentacles there, which does pull you inward more. It makes you feel more introverted. Again, that's why I felt that for you. And I feel that that's also why the Tower has come up in your reading, because we are at a solar time of the year where introverted and overtly passive energy doesn't serve us quite as well. It is better to be outward now, and it is better to reach for what we want and to do it just for ourselves, not for other people, because we're in Aries time where it's about me and it's about what I need as a person, and I speak for everyone when I say that. It's not about what this person needs or what my partner needs or what my parents or my children need. It's about what I need, and we're And it only lasts for 30 days. It's only a 30-day cycle, you know, so take this time to do that for yourself. Because Aquarius does struggle to be independent sometimes and independent of other people's energy, because you are the water bearer. You're constantly merging and integrating. So that sort of means, and also as an air sign, that you're always communicating with other people, always factoring in what other people need to then create and materialize. But you have an easy opportunity, Aquarius, to skip that and to just do what you need. And that will make the energy of the tower so much easier to deal with, because you can actually use that to, you know, break down and destabilize the things that no longer serves you versus the things that you need to keep and move forward with. Which does lead me into the second week for you guys, which is the Knight of Cups reversed, rooted down by the Tower. So factoring in people's emotional environment, factoring in who needs what from you, and trying to do that empathetically without really creating a dialogue, that's making you feel really destabilized right now, Aquarius. Maybe you should again, just think about what you need, because it seems like people may need too much of you, and that makes something within you, something within the processes that are inhibited only to you, very destabilized. And I can see you guys potentially not following through on something that you needed to do for yourself, if you're overly concerned with what other people need from you. This could also be finding out about some kind of secret or some kind of gossip or something, because the Knight of Cups is about secrets and about sometimes emotional manipulation as well. But when it's in the reverse, it never really hides it, because the Knight of Cups sometimes wants to hide the truth, the emotional truth, and be secretive, but it struggles in the reverse. It's like it spills out. So it seems like maybe you come to know some kind of secret that somebody was keeping from you, which makes you feel really destabilized. And again, this is why it's important to be having something that you're working on that only has to do with you. That way you're having to go to bat for yourself and you're not just focused on other people, because you're kind of potentially setting yourself up into an energy wavelength where you're very let down by people, or people don't do things for your best interest when you're doing things for their best interest. So you've got to make up for other people and do things for your own best interest. And the Tower energy will not hit you nearly as hard if you do, because if you maybe hear that people have been keeping secrets from you, or there's some kind of manipulation happening, you're like, okay, that happened, and then you think, okay, I'll cut off those relationships, or I'll keep an eye on these relationships and make sure that this doesn't happen in the future, but I still have my own thing that I'm working on, and the rest of it's just secondary. Like, you don't want to be prioritizing other people's needs or other people's ideas or opinions about you right now, because that kind of does set you up to maybe attract in some kind of pain or accident type of energy, because that's what the Tower is all about. But I see you guys getting past it, though, because moving into the third week, it's much easier. You have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by the King of Cups. This could be other people, but again, I feel that this more has to do with you. And again, it depends. If you focus on yourself, this all has to do with you. If you're focusing on other people, you're going to not be in control of the situation, and other people may come off as very difficult to understand. But I will interpret it as both. So for you, Aquarius, this is about understanding what is organic to you. This is about understanding and listening to your body and listening to what you need, because the Queen of Pentacles, again, is about trust in the formula, trust in the natural healing process, and also prioritizing what's going into your body. Like, is your diet healthy? Are you hydrating yourself? Are you spending money? Because it does have to do with money as well. Money and health come together in the Queen of Pentacles. Like, the money that you spend, are you spending money on things that help you and make your body more healthy? Or is your money going to things that don't make your body healthy? It's a good time to think about this in the third week of April. April is a great time to diet, a great time to exercise, a great time to start new regimens. That's a great thing to do right now for you, especially Aquarius, having the Queen of Pentacles for sure. It's good to exercise and detox some of this difficult energy. Don't do anything too risky, but any kind of new diet that's not too much of a fad or too over the top will work better than usual right now. Because you emotionally need that, Aquarius. Like, that being rooted down by the King of Cups, it means to me that your body needs a bit of prioritization for the systems and for what's going into your body. And it's like, if you can just prioritize that and maybe just follow through for yourself a little bit more, you get very good, easy results during April. And especially in the third week is a great time to think about where your health is at and where your health is going as well. But if you're too focused on other people, the third week becomes about somebody who's a little bit vindictive, somebody who looks very organic and natural, but in reality are very manipulative and have complete control over their emotions and seek to control the emotions of others. This person may seem organic to you, and this person may feel like they help your body or help your health, and you feel de-stressed and detoxed around them. But if you do something that's not up to their liking, they can be very manipulative, with the King of Cups weighing that down. And it doesn't have to be all bad, but... And again, maybe if you're prioritizing yourself, you attract in the more healthy versions of those archetypes. But if you're prioritizing other people's opinions, then this becomes about difficult people in the third week. So just remember that. Because moving into the fourth week, it's a huge week for you, Aquarius. You have the two major arcana, the Hanged Man reversed, rooted down by the world. So it's like it seems a little bit mundane in the first 3 weeks of April, and potentially a little bit negative as well if you're not focused in the right places for yourself, other than the Tower, which may feel destabilizing. But I feel that the destabilizing energy of the Tower pushes you to just take it easy. But then in the fourth week, it becomes more. There's suddenly more in the fourth week of April. So all of a sudden, I think it makes sense for you. So this shift in perspective that you've had recently with the Hanged Man reversed, all of a sudden, you've turned it on its head. You've turned the crux of your issues on their head, and you see them from the new angle, and all of a sudden it's over, and you kind of come into a place of new spiritual understanding in the fourth week. And this could be because of these manipulative people in your life, because they definitely do exist. And I think that you finally come to the place where you can make changes, because the Hanged Man reversed is about finally being unbound, because the Hanged Man naturally is about being stuck and stagnant and feeling tied up. But when it reverses, you finally have the opportunity to break free of that. And the world says to me that the problem that was binding you up suddenly ends and concludes, and you can see it in a third person kind of way, and you can just walk away from it. So the fourth week of April will be a really good idea to think about like what you can walk away from, what you need to walk away from, what needs to end, what needs to conclude. Because it would have been best to do this at the end of March, but for some reason it's coming forward as a general theme through April for you, Aquarius, and at the end of April too. You could have a lot of opportunities come up in the fourth week at the end of April, and I feel like moving into May as well. A lot of creative opportunities, given that your central theme was the King of Wands. And it seems like creative projects are a great place to be thinking about right now. It seems like you may get the option to travel as well with the world. And once you can confront your demons for sure, and you can finally embark on a new journey or start a new chapter with King of Wands energy and the world energy. It's great energy together. I feel like another sign, maybe it was Virgo, had the King of Wands and the world energy as well in their reading, and I really felt that was kind of a breath of life, or kind of a very synergetic energy coming in. So it really is beautiful. I really enjoy those two archetypes coming together. It's really a lot of amazing new opportunity coming through to give you new creative potential. And overall, it leads you into a place where you can be more social, and you can make the new friends that you've been wanting to make, because maybe you feel a little bit dusty or a little bit worn out with the current people in your life. And again, that's why it's better to just be relying on yourself right now, and to be doing things for yourself, the projects that you want to dedicate time to, because it's like that attracts these new, more healthy, more worldly energies in that really suit your authenticity much better, Aquarius. It will also be really easy to detach from fear as well in April. If there have been things that have just been nagging at you, you can really detach from it if you choose. It's like the Tower energy comes in, and through the world energy, being able to step back and look at everything in third person in kind of an out-of-body type of way, you finally see things in a new light with the Hanged Man reversed, and finally you can see things for what they were potentially, but more so what you need them to be to make your life better. That's what it's all about for you in April, Aquarius, is how can you change the perspective to make your life better? Because it is beautiful, and it's going to be beautiful no matter what, but it all depends on really how you're looking at it, on how beautiful it is. And that's true for anything. Like the richest, most famous, most luxurious people who live very simple lives, if their perspective isn't in the right place, they're going to be miserable. Likewise, people who really have to work very hard and barely make it through can be very happy just because their perspective is in the right place. So do think about your perspective, Aquarius, and think about your creative projects and what you need to be materializing in April, not what other people need of you. And I think it will be a beautiful month for you. So we did just go through equinox time, as I said, and I did a guided meditation for that, which will definitely be good through all of April. That will be popping up on the screen right now. It should be the biggest link. Also, you can book a private reading with me on this page. It's the red and green link, or you can subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've really enjoyed doing this reading for you guys, and I hope it was really accurate. And I will be seeing you guys in May for readings then, so much love. Bye.